Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday morning to you. I hope that your day is going well. My day is going great. You know why? Because I woke up early today. You know, I've been struggling the last few days and I'm like, I feel like I'm just getting through my day. Well, today my eyeballs opened early and I was like, ooh, I'm getting up. I'm getting up and getting started my day. And I did. I got to take a few hours, not just one, a couple hours this morning to go sit and read and kind of, mentally get ready for my day, think about what I got to do, plan what I got to do, and get ready. So I'm excited. Today is going to be a collaboration with my friend Darlene over at Super at 60. It's what's in my Christmas cookie jar, but unfortunately I do not have a cookie jar at all. I'm sorry, Darlene, I do not have a cookie jar. I don't know. Well, I know why I don't, because I've had so many kids, and to have a cookie jar, there's no way cookies would fit into the cookie jar because we make a ton. So, I don't know, do I need a cookie jar one day? Maybe. I usually make bars, those kind of things, but a cookie jar might be a nice addition to my kitchen. We'll see. But usually I put it out on a platter, I put it in a plastic container or a plastic bag and put them in the freezer or the refrigerator, wherever we're going to put them. So since it's early in the month for me, I've got my Christmas apron on. I'm going to make some treats that we're going to be making that we can freeze, which is nice, and some that will just stay long for a while. So these are ones that you can either freeze or they will sustain for a little bit of time because it is kind of early in the month. And so I was sitting with the kids and I'm like, what kind of cookies are we going to make this year? You know, it's like I'm looking back and I'm like, okay, what do I actually looked back on my blog and looked, and I remember seeing where I had like a lot of little ones, and we were making cutout cookies. We've always tried to do cutout cookies. The kids are getting older now. They don't really care about cutout cookies, but I probably will do some this year. Not today, but another day. And I had to laugh because there was just like all these little kids, and I was determined mom to make cutout Christmas cookies with them, and we did. And there was I don't know, I had six little ones, and they were just all up on the counter on a bench, and they just had frosting. And I mean, the kids were just taking their hands into the frosting and licking it everywhere, and I was just like, oh my goodness, sprinkles were everywhere. There were sprinkles everywhere, and it was just complete chaos. But you know what? We did Christmas cookies, and then as they got a little bit better and got a little bit older, we could all sit at the table nice and neat, and I discovered putting them on paper plates or on cookie sheets with sides, and every kid getting a plate with every little individual thing. So it was just a lot less crazy for the amount of mess that they would make, because kids and sprinkles and frosting just go a long way. So, but they're all grown up now, and we can do cookies and not make a mess. So we will do some of those later, but it just made me reminisce about the memories of the fun cookie making. So the first recipe I'm going to make today is something that we make every year. We've made it for a long time. It reminds me of a Suzy Q. Do you remember Suzy Q? I didn't like Suzy Q's growing up, but I like a whoopie pie. And so there's a bunch of different versions of whoopie pies. I like this version that we make. It's chocolate. We have made pumpkin. We like the chocolate one. It tastes like the Suzy Q cake. And then the filling is made like with a creamy filling. It's almost like whipped cream, but not so creamy. So that's what we like doing. And then these wrap up really nice. They freeze really nice, and so you can dip them in sprinkles. I'll see how adventurous I get today, but I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to get out my mixer and put everything in there. You mix up the dough, and then you bake them, and then they have to sit and cool, and then you mix up your filling and put them together. So we'll do a bunch at one time. So it's going to be great. So make sure that you go check out Darlene's channel as well. She's going to make some delicious cookies. I don't know what it is. It's a surprise, but I know she's a good cook, so I know her food is going to be delicious. So we're going to have a great day. I got an earbud in. I've got some YouTube videos to catch up on. I've been saving them all week, actually all week and last week too, and I'm like, I have got to get onto watching these saved videos because I don't like anything like catching up and storing up in my thing. I'm like, I gotta watch it. So while I'm making the the whoopie pie dough, the first recipe, I'm gonna use this one, chocolate whoopies. This is from my cookbook of my good friend Jean. It is Lovingly Seasoned Eats and Treats. This is my friend Jean. It's cookbook. It is linked below. Get it for Christmas, buy it for a friend for Christmas. When you go to her place and buy it, make sure you put the little code in there so that she can know that I sent you there, because it's always good because we connect and talk, and I'm like, she's like, that's pretty cool. I got the cookbook from one of your viewers, and so it is a little blessing on there. So I'm going to do the chocolate whoopies. We've made these forever. The same exact one. I'm just looking at it. The only thing different is it's vegetable oil, but I will be using coconut oil to it. It's delicious. So this is a big batch though. All right, we need to do a little bit less. We're just gonna cut it in half. Yeah, we're gonna cut the recipe in half because that's like one egg, 1.5 eggs. Okay, I need to do some thinking here. Let me go to my blog and see what we did before. You know what? We're gonna embrace it. We're gonna make the big batch. It's okay. I'm looking at it going, that's a lot of cookies. We're downsizing, we're not making that much, but you know what? I can make it. These can be part of the gifts that we give to people. I can also put them in the freezer and they will last for a while. So we're gonna follow the recipe to a T and make it. It's gonna be delicious. So let me get out my mixer and we'll make it. Okay, I've got out all my ingredients here. So I'm looking through it and I'm going, you know what? It says vegetable oil on her book. Now my recipe, which is probably my old cookbook, maybe she changed it due to health reasons, but it does say cream together shortening. So I'm wondering if she switched it from shortening to vegetable oil, because I was thinking I would add coconut oil, but I'm thinking that's going to make it too soft. So my recipe is the exact same one. I'm looking here. Yeah, exact same one, but it just has shortening. I know shortening's not great for you. I bought this probably last year. Shortening doesn't go bad. I use it for nothing but Christmas cookies. So if we're just gonna eat junk Christmas cookies, I mean, we had those wonderful ones we got from the store. Can't be filled with good preservatives or anything. So I'm just going to use this because I know it makes a good cookie. So I'm gonna put in here shortening, sugar, salt, vanilla, and eggs into my mixing bowl, and then just mix it up that way. Cookie making time, yay! Okay, give me your favorite holiday cookies that you like to make during Christmas time. I know we have our staples that we make, but it's always good, like when you go to parties and you try other people's cookies and you're like, oh, those are so good. And like one of those on my list would be like I think they're called wedding cakes or Mexican wedding cakes, you know, like the little snowball things. They're so delicious. I think it's almonds, flour, maybe powdered sugar, I don't even know, butter, something delicious. And every time I have one, I'm like, oh, I need to make these. And it's one of those that I never make because I feel like I would just be the only one eating them. And it's, you know, if I had a whole lot to make, then I would. So what are your favorite go-to cookies? Do you make the same that you would make through the year? Or do you make something special? Leave them in the comment section below. So I'm just mixing up my dough here. It is, you're alternating when you mix it up. You take the hot water and baking soda and mix that together, and then you also take milk and not sour cream, vinegar, and make a sour milk. And so then I'm alternating flour, cocoa, sour milk, and the hot water in here just to make it a nice, you know, nice batter. It almost looks like cake batter. It's not going to be thick like cookie dough. It's going to be more like a cake batter. And then I'm going to plop it on a cookie sheet and just bake them. I'm going to use like a cookie scoop, try to make round ones so they're kind of the same size uniform. Sometimes I don't, and then I'm like, oh, I try to match them up and they're all different sizes. But this is really good. Whoopie pies, they're an Amish treat. They're enjoyable. I love them. We like them. They're really good. Okay, so I'm going to be in between making these cookies because they're going to take a while in the oven. This is when I wish I had a bigger oven, but it's only one time a year. So what I'm going to do is make some crepes. Do you remember when I went to Aldi and I bought this pan? And I was all excited because I think one of my viewers said, buy a crepe pan. And when I went there, it said on there, crepe pan. So one of you said it wasn't. Is this a crepe pan? I guess I can Google it. So I'm going to make crepes with this. I was like, I had this in my cupboard and I'm like, what can I make for breakfast? Because sometimes when you are making, I know I shouldn't turn this into a food vlog. I shouldn't, because it's not. It's a cooking vlog. It's cookies, but it's gonna have crepes in there too, because I can't just do desserts, because if I just make desserts, my kids are not gonna eat. So I'm just gonna put some crepes in here too. So I hope it is okay. So I'm gonna mix my ingredients up with the recipe on the screen and make crepes in between. I gotta redeem myself because last time I kind of failed a little bit. They were good, but I just need to do better. So I'm gonna perfect this skill. So I'm gonna take some out of the oven here, let them cool, put new ones in, and mix up crepes at the same time. I realized I need to put more in a cookie sheet than less. They don't spread far. We're gonna be hopeful on these. This has nothing to do with the treats, but I'm hopeful on the crepes. I forgot the crepe. Okay, those cooked really quickly and perfectly. So one of my viewers says you just roll them up. Oh, let me see here. Do I do that? Let's do this because they do slide right off. So let me let that sit there and I'll work on the next one. Okay, not bad. Happy with it. I think the key was to get a crepe paint. Now I think that one of my viewers said they just roll theirs up. So can I do that? Okay. Maybe that will work. Okay, we're doing good. We're gonna let that cook. A few more minutes on the cookies, and I'll put the next batch in. Not bad, not bad at all. Okay, so I'm finding that they're a little bit thinner, so they're harder to roll. So one of you said you can just let it cook. By the time the bottom's cooked, the top is cooked. So maybe I'll just roll it in the pan? I don't know. I don't know. All this new stuff. I've got some crepes. Not bad. These will be for breakfast for the kids. Okay, the next thing we mix up. This is just simple chocolate chip cookies. I want to make chocolate chip cookies. These are a favorite in our family. Just simple, the original recipe. So the only thing different I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix up the flour, baking soda, and salt. And if you're my kids, we've had pumpkin muffins and like didn't mix the flour with the baking soda, so it got into the mixture and the kids are like, ew, they're awful. So mix up your flour and baking soda first to avoid that. So I'm gonna do that because I wanna make these nice batch of cookies. We're gonna give these away. So I'm gonna mix just one batch of these and I'm gonna still do more, but the oven's getting empty, so I wanna keep working here. Okay, so my second row cookie, even though I made chocolate chip, is monster cookies. This is something we make a lot. I just looked in my pantry and I was like, do I have the chocolate chips and stuff to go with it? And I do. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make some of this. So this is again from my lovingly seasoned cookbook. It's better than monster cookies. I'm just gonna put all the ingredients in here, mix it up. It says on there, the bulk food store, you can get like a mixed, they used to put like white chocolate chips, peanut butter chocolate chips, butterscotch, and then regular chocolate chips in there, and M&Ms. I'm just gonna use, I have a little bit of butterscotch, I have milk chocolate, regular chocolate, and I have M&Ms. So I'm just gonna put those in there. It's good, it's delicious. It freezes really well, something different. There's no flour in this. No, there's no flour in this at all. So it's definitely, it's a keeper. It's definitely a keeper. So I'm gonna put all the ingredients in here. I'll put the recipe on the screen. Okay, so I'm getting a million things done. A million, just a few. My cookie table is getting full of cookies. I haven't made this many cookies in a long time. So I'm gonna start making my filling because it has to cool. So you have to take 6 tablespoons of flour and 2 cups of milk. So I'm gonna put this right here. I'm using up my milk. I'm gonna put it in my microwave. Usually you cook it on the stove. I'm gonna try the microwave trick and see if we can do that. Because I think it's just, you cook it and then you cool it. So I'm going to, let me take this out. Put this in here, it's 6 tablespoons. 1, 2. And then I'll just put it in the microwave and then I'll just take it out every so often. Was that 6? I hope that was 6. So we'll do a little stirring. Let's go put it in the microwave. Cookies are coming out doing really good. So I'm doing good getting stuff done. So I'm feeling like, okay. I'm not, oh, the crepes are in there. You're all crooked too. Get these in here. We will take these up, put these here. Put this in here. Alright. We got lots to do. Let me go put these over here. Look at, it got thick. Perfect. Let me do a little bit more. This is the basis for the frosting and it gets thick. And then you let it cool and then you whip it in with your like Crisco and your sugar. It's really good. I know. Not good for you, but delicious. So cookies are getting there and it's just waiting on the cookies. That's what takes the time. I'm gonna take this out. Oh yeah. All right, here it is. So I need this to cool down. You're gonna set it outside. I don't think any animals are gonna eat any flour and milk. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. So the next one I'm gonna do is candied nuts. Now, I like candied nuts. You know, when you go Christmas time, they smell so delicious. I think they do that as a marketing ploy to buy it because it's really that good. Well, what I did, I also got some, I think at the discount store, let me put it this way, last month, and they were butter pecan pecans, butter pecan. Candy coated butter pecan pecans, and they were so good. So I just looked up a recipe. So I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna do half of the recipe because I don't want to. It's like 4 cups of pecans. I don't want to use up all my pecans on something that might not be delicious because you know how that is when you try it. I looked at my little, I didn't see any in my Mennonite cookbook. So I'm just gonna have to keep looking. But you take one, I'm gonna use a half a cup of unsalted butter. I only have salted, so I'm not gonna add any salt to my recipe. I feel like this is going to be enough. So I'm going to do this. You put sugar in there, brown and regular sugar, and then you let it come to a boil. And then use vanilla. I'm going to use maple extract, and I think that's it. Yeah, we're going to thicken it and stir the nuts in there and separate it with forks and let it cool on my little paper sheet over here. So in between that, I'm going to be doing cookies in the oven as well because we're moving, trying to get everything done before the early morning hour. Okay, cookies take so long. I never like doing individual cookies because I feel like it's such a long process. I'd rather do bar cookies, but this is good. I have a lot of these. We'll get to put a lot away. It's gonna be good. So I'm gonna do the pecans. Pecans are over there. I think I'm gonna do the almond one, the sugar almond one. So let me get a recipe out and then we'll do that one. Okay, for the almonds, it's just a half a cup of water and 1 cup of sugar. So I'm gonna put this in a pan here and we're gonna turn this on and we're gonna do a little bit of cinnamon. So you want your liquid to come to a boil and then you're gonna add your almonds to it and then you're gonna stir it. It's gonna take some time to stir. You have to wait till all of the sugar basically evaporates from here, crystallizes around the almonds, but this will be really good. So these are good. I don't mind the pecans. I just realized I didn't think I had another package, so I was like, ooh, I'll just make a smaller. So I'll probably do more, not today, but I will do more as the month goes on because these are so good and they're so expensive. They're so expensive to buy and they're really easy to make. Like you can see me making this right here. It's not gonna take much time at all. I've still got cookies rolling. Cookies. We're still baking them. It's doing good. So just gonna keep stirring this. I think it just takes some time to stir and let it evaporate. Okay, so see how this is all coated. That's ready. All right, the last little bit of cookies. Thank goodness. I'm trying to get done before I have to start my day. I don't think that's gonna be possible, but I am hopeful for it. So I'm gonna put these in here. I had to wash the bowl out, or my mixer bowl, so I threw this in here and I'm like, oh, I have a pan. And the bowl is wet, so, you know, that's why it looks like that. It's good. It's great. All right, that's it for there. I realized my apron has a towel. Genius. I feel like every one of my aprons should have a towel. So what I'm gonna do now is make my frosting, the filling for the whoopie pies. So we have to do what now? Flour and milk. Now we're gonna cream the sugar and the shortening. So I need to add in here 2 cups of shortening. So I'm gonna get out a big giant spurtle and a measuring cup. I am gonna measure a little bit. I don't usually, but I think I will for this. Like I said, I don't use shortening for much of anything else. Sometimes I add it to chocolate, but usually I add coconut oil to it. So this will be, it's quite all right to use this whole thing up. So, okay, 2 cups of Crisco. So I'm gonna cream my shortening sugar, filling. Cream, sugar, and shortening. Add flour, mixture, and vanilla. Okay, so you have to kind of whip this because it's granulated sugar, so it's going to, you know, take some time to whip together here. So put this in here. Perfect, look at that. And then, is it 2 cups? Okay, so 2 cups of sugar. It's not for the healthy at all, not at all, but it tastes so good. Impress your family with whoopie pies. This is the flour mixture. See how it's nice and thick? I'm just gonna pour that in here and then I'll be adding powdered sugar to it to fluff it up. It's gonna be good. Okay, doing really good. So I've got most all my cookies done. I got 2 more in the oven. So what I'm gonna do is do this. This is what you do. You put the filling in the middle, you find a matching one, and you push it together. And there is a whoopie pie. I have run out of room, so I'm gonna have to use my bar stools here. Does not take very long to do, and then you can put these in a container and just store them, or we like to wrap ours up individually and freeze them. They're so good. And you can put sprinkles on them too. But I found if you do sprinkles and you freeze it, it does make the colors run. So I'm trying to do as best I can here with the mess that I made. But this is delish. Whoopie pies. Like I said, good little thing. You gotta try one this year. I'm not a huge fan because I feel like it's so sugary, but they are really good. I mean, you saw how much sugar and shortenings in here, right? So you know that's a lot. Okay, so let's just mix these up. I feel like if you do an assembly line and just plop it on a bunch of them, it goes much faster. So why don't we do that? Assembly line work here. Okay, I am done with my cookies. Let me share with you what I ended up with. All of these whoopie pies. Look at, delicious. These will wrap up individually. My chocolate chip cookies, I should have let them, that butter, and put them in the refrigerator and let them get cool so they would be more bigger, but they're okay. They taste good. Lots of monster cookies. These are really good. And then my favorite would be the nuts. So look at these. These are still not completely done. You can tell the ones that are done. These are still like a little gooey. These are candied. The butter pecan, really good. Now these ones, okay, it was like the perfect timing. The liquid was almost completely gone and then it instantly like started shredding and like got real thick. I took it out and then look at it leaves like this sugar cinnamon ones. Because I wasn't sure if they're gonna be more like this or like this. These are really, really good. So it'd be like if you bake them and you know they have the mixture and chop. So this, make some of these. This is a really good recipe. So I have a little bit of frosting left from the whoopie pies. I might save that. Maybe we can decorate cookies with it or something. That might be good, like gingerbread cookies. It'd be kind of gooey and I know it doesn't get hard, but I don't know. We'll see. Or save it for a cake frosting. I can't freeze it, so I don't know what I'll do. I'll put it in the refrigerator for now, see if we use it for anything. But this is it. I am done making my holiday treats. I wanted to be done before. It's 9:15 right now. I'm like, oh, thank you. I wanted to get done so I could start my day with my kids. You saw the crepes in there. That's gonna be their breakfast. You'll have to watch tomorrow and you'll get to see dinner and the things that we end up making and all the fun we're gonna do starting tonight. I'm gonna film that for the entire weekend because we have a lot going on. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday all day, and Sunday. So there's gonna be a whole lot going on. I'm just gonna film it, bring you along, do the meals that we have, and it's gonna be good. So make sure you go check out Darlene's channel. Go see the delicious food she made because I know she did something good. My favorite right here would be the nuts. I think the almonds are my ultimate favorite. The pecans are not completely cooled yet, so those I can't go. These are amazing. I know they're gonna be amazing. They're just a little warm. I don't like warm things. I like them cold. So the almonds are awesome. All a winner, all around. So you have a fantastic rest of your day. Remember, you are designed, created, and selected by God to do great, wonderful things. And I will see you guys again tomorrow with another video. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.